Sorry about the mic. I dropped the headset and I will get a new one, but in the meantime, I'm still doing videos as I feel compelled. And this one will be very important, and it may be something that people already realized, although I've not heard others talk about it, and it seems super relevant and something that I really just dawned on me as a major aha moment. Some other Christians believe that King Charles is the most likely AC candidate if we're in the end times, and that's based on his lineage, heraldry, wealth leadership, name calculation, and so on. But I want to look at the history of the British crown in relation to the formation of Zionist Israel and what that means for the King of Jerusalem title. In a religious sense, whoever is King of Jerusalem is King of the world, and that has also been a sought-after title historically, which I've talked about in other videos. But if you're a Christian, you might recognize that as the Antichrist, because in 2 Thessalonians, he is described this way by Paul, who opposeth and exalt himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So let's look up Strong's for God. In this context, it means a god or a goddess, a general name of deities or divinities, or God's representative. And let's look at temple. The use of the temple at Jerusalem, but only of the sacred edifice or sanctuary itself, consisting of the holy place and the holy of holies. Also as a metaphor, the spiritual temple consisting of the saints of all ages, joined together by and in Christ, so our body as a temple by means of some pharmakia in the form which I think it will be both. But for this video, I'm going to talk about the temple in Jerusalem. And I've already talked about British imperialism in general in other videos, but now I want to talk about it in Israel and Jerusalem, because there's plenty to point out. So here goes. It was the British Jews who established Zionism in Israel, and they did so in collaboration with the current British Crown. So let's look at this. Let's look at Lord Balfour. Lord Balfour declared the reestablishment of Israel as a nation in 1917 during World War I, in which was a support for a Jewish national home in Palestine. He declared it. So he made it known this is going to happen, and it did happen. So that's a lot of power. He declared it to Lord Rothschild, British Jew and banker and member of the Royal Society. So who's Lord Balfour? Well, he's a member of the Order of the Garter. And that's the highest level, which according to Tim Cohen and John Pounders and others, we've gone over some other members of the Order of the Garter, and definitely the British monarch is based at the head of that order, and also at the head of British Freemasonry in general. But Lord Balfour has all these other titles, including member of the Royal Society, etc. See all these letters after his name. So he's a big deal in the British royalty. So then he declares it to Baron Lord Rothschild, who's a British Jew, banker, politician, and member of the Royal Society, and head of the Zionist movement. Rothschild then became president of the Board of Deputies of British Jews from 1925 to 1928.